हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू वाव आईएएस। वेलकम टू द डिस्कशन ऑन डेली एमसीक्यू। आज है 14 जून 2021 और अब हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं आज के 5 करंट अफेयर बेस्ड एमसीक्यूज। तो चलो शुरू करते हैं। बट बिफोर वी बिगिन, लेट अस डिस्कस द क्वेश्चन दैट वाज आस्क्ड ऑन सैटरडे। द क्वेश्चन वाज द थर्ड बैटल ऑफ पानीपत इज फॉट बिटवीन द मराठा एम्पायर एंड विच अफगान किंग। So this question is with regarding to the third battle of Panipat, and some of you have given the correct answer. If you see, it was Muskan Gupta who is the first person to give the correct answer, and after that it was Divya Vasisht. So both of them have given the correct answer in the comment box. Now let's discuss this question. So the three battles of Panipat, they are actually very important. So if you see the first battle of Panipat, it was fought in 1526. Just a minute, yeah. It was fought in 1526 and it laid the foundation of the Mughal Empire in India. It was between Babur and the Lodi dynasty, Ibrahim Lodi. Okay? Ibrahim Lodi. And Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi. The second battle of Panipat was fought in 1556 and this cemented the Mughal rule in India. And it was Akbar who fought with King Hemu, who is also known as Vikramaditya. Okay? So the second battle of Panipat between Akbar and Hemu in 1556. Coming to the third battle of Panipat, it was in 1761. The third battle of Panipat was fought, and this was fought between the Maratha Empire, the Maratha forces, and the invading armies of the Afghan general Ahmad Shah Abdali of the Durrani Empire. So the correct answer is Ahmad Shah Abdali. Okay? So this is all about the battles of Panipat. Now let's begin. But before that, just a small information, guys. We are uploading the questions and their solutions in the PDF format in our Telegram channel, so that it will be very easy for you to revise all these current affair based questions, because as you know, the current affair based questions are very much important for UPSC, and this will help you to prepare the current affairs in the lines of UPSC and will help you to solve the MCQs pretty easily. Now let's start. The first question: the most noteworthy Indian freedom fighter who organized Matrivedi and Shivaji Samti. He formed the Hindustan Republic Association with leaders like Bhagat Singh and participated in Mainpuri conspiracy of 1918 and the Kakori conspiracy of 1925. Kakori conspiracy of 1925. He wrote Sarfoshi Ki Tamanna, which became the national anthem for the freedom fighters. Now we have to identify this personality, this great personality, the great freedom fighter. So if you see the first thing, so you might not know about the Matrivedi and the Shivaji Samti, because the Shivaji Samti is actually organized by a lot of leaders and all. You might think like that. But if you see this thing, this information, the Hindustan Republic Association actually is formed by this great leader Ram Prasad Bismil. So the correct answer is B, Ram Prasad Bismil. With just one information, you can actually identify the answer pretty easily. Okay, so it is about this Ram Prasad Bismil. So actually why this was in news is recently the Ministry of Culture has paid a tribute to Ram Prasad Bismil on his birth anniversary at a Shahjahanpur in UP. Okay, that's why this was in news. And if you see Ram Prasad Bismil, he is a great freedom fighter, one of the famous freedom fighter India had. He believed in violence to achieve the freedom, and he joined the Arya Samaj in 1875, under which was actually founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Remember, Arya Samaj is founded by Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Okay, guys, beach mein na, I'll give you some information. I'll tell you some information which you'll have to remember. Just try to remember these things. In the exam, they will definitely come into handy. Okay. So coming back here, and Ram Prasad Bismil organized Matrivedi and Shivaji Samiti along with Gendalal Dikshit and youth from the region, from the Maharashtra region, you can say. So he formed the Hindustan Republic Association with leaders like Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, etc. And this Mainpuri conspiracy of 1918 and Kakori conspiracy of 1925, actually these are pretty famous. This Kakori conspiracy, if you see, it was Ashrafullah Khan, the Ram Prasad Bismil and Roshan Singh, all these were convicted. Okay, and this is mainly to protest the British rule. Okay. So this is all about this great leader Ram Prasad Bismil. Now let's move on to the next question. The second question: consider the following statements with respect to the Envision mission. So this was in news recently. We have to study. It is a ISRO mission to Venus. Second one: the GSLV Mark III will be used under the mission as it has the necessary payload capability. So we have to choose the correct answer. So if you see Envision mission, the Envision mission does not belong to ISRO. does not belong to ISRO. So as it does not belong to ISRO, the first statement will become wrong, and second statement is also wrong because this is a European Space Agency mission. It's a European Space Agency mission, and these two are wrong statements. So here D, neither 1 nor 2 is the correct answer. Neither 1 nor 2 is the correct answer. And here I have given the information about Envision mission. Envision mission. You might be getting doubt how to remember these things. So remember like this: Envision. Here two important things: E and V. E belongs to European Space Agency, and Vision, V is nothing but Venus. So European Space Agency का Venus mission है ये Envision का Envision mission. So recently European Space Agency announced that they will be carrying on this. They will be actually now in the planning stage. They will be taking forward this idea of Envision so that they will reach Venus and do some more testing. Okay? And this will be done in the early 2030s. It's a 10-year plan, and this actually is following earlier mission. Earlier there was a mission called Venus Express by the European Space Agency only, and this Venus mission, this Venus Express actually studied atmospheric details of the Venus and along with some volcanic hotspots. So now continuation of this Venus Express only is this Envision mission, and this will carry various equipment and other things which will be even supplied by NASA as well. Now let's move on to the third question. Third question is, consider the following statements with respect to turbidity currents. First one, they are very slow moving currents that sweep the continental shelf carrying sand, mud and lava. Second one, they can be caused by earthquakes, collapsing slopes and other geological disturbances. Here we have to choose the correct answer. So if you see the first statement, it is given that these are very slow moving currents. It's a wrong statement because these turbidity currents, if you see, they are not slow moving, they are fast moving currents. They are pretty fast moving currents, and they are actually something which will take the ocean floor along with them. So this first statement is wrong, but the second statement is right because it says that they are caused by the earthquakes, collapsing slopes and other geological disturbances. So B, 2 only is the correct answer. So here some more information about this turbidity is given. A vast underwater turbidity recently was observed in the west of Africa in a deep canyon leading water away from Congo River. So that's why this was the news. So as I told already, these are fast moving currents that will sweep literally everything which is there on the ocean floor. In fact, you can say that the sea floor itself is moving. It's that kind of large scale movement. And because of this, what will happen? What is the damage that is going to happen to us? The first thing is the pipelines might get damaged. The second thing, the communication cables which are there, the underground sea lines of communication, okay, they also might get damaged, and a lot of things, even the floor structure will get damaged, which is a good habitat, which is a habitat for a lot of species. All of these things will get damaged. Okay, so that's why this is very important for us to understand why it is causing and how it is causing, right? So this can be caused by, the causes of it is earthquakes, collapsing slopes and other geological disturbances which occur. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, the fourth question. So it's about the Argostoma quarantina, which was seen in news recently, is related to A, pesticides, B, anti-COVID therapeutic drug, C, a new species belonging to coffee family, and D, a range of enzymes used in genome editing. So we have to choose the correct answer, and the correct answer is C, a new plant species belonging to coffee family. Currently we know two famous coffee, because as the situation came, I'm just telling you, there are two important coffee species. One is Robusta, second one is Arabica. So remember this. Okay, so these are two important coffee species which are generally used. So this Agrostoma quarantina is a type of plant which is a new species discovered, and it belongs to the coffee family. So recently it was discovered in the Waghmore Hills in Kerala. That's why this was in news. And if you see this is a herb. This belongs to the herb family. It's a herb, and it was named Agrostoma quarantina to commemorate the millions who have died during this COVID-19 pandemic. And this herb will grow about 3 to 7 centimeters, and it has some flowers and other things. And it's a very sensitive plant. It's very sensitive to all the changes around it. Okay. Right. Now we'll move on to the next question, the fifth question of the day. Consider the following statements. First one, population of gharials is a good indicator of clean river water. Second one, The Chambal River is the national the Chambal River in the National Chambal Sanctuary is the natural habitat of gharial. So here we have to choose the correct answer. A 1 only, B 2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So here the correct answer is C, both 1 and 2. So recently actually the Mahanadi Wildlife Division in Odisha announced a cash award of 1,000 rupees for rescuing gharials and informing the wildlife personals, because these gharials are very important indicator of the habitat. Actually, they are important indicator of the ecosystem around it. So that's why it's very important to save these gharials. So the Forest Department of Odisha has launched this awareness campaign so that they can save more crocodiles. Okay? Basically, it's applicable to 5 districts of Odisha: the Baudh, Angul, Cuttack, Sonepur, and Nayagar. If you see gharial, the gharials actually, they are type of Asian crocodiles, and they are distinguished by their long, thin snouts. They live mostly in freshwater river systems, okay? And they actually live in the waters which are deeper. Okay, they are not well suited for land. Remember this thing. This is a very important thing. And once they used to be found from Pakistan to Myanmar, but now they are confined to India and Nepal only. Okay? And if you see IUCN, the IUCN Red List, these are described as critically endangered. So that's why this will become very important, and these are also part of the Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. The Schedule 1 means the highest protection is given to the gharials, right? So now we will see the question of the day, and the question of the day is, who launched Project Loon? So the Project Loon is launched by whom? Is it ISRO? Is it NASA, or any other private company? So do comment your answer in the comment box. I'll see who will come in first, and tomorrow before the start of discussion we will discuss that. Okay? But before we leave, I would just like to inform you about our initiatives. We have launched the Vision PT 365 summaries, Vision Prelims Test Series summary, Vision Mains Test Series summary, and the Vision Monthly magazine as well. If you want any of these things, you can go to our Telegram channel, whose details I'm giving in the description. So that's it for the day, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, keep studying and stay tuned. Jai Hind.